players he had in the team. I mean, Merce playing, you know, for a lot of the time, and technically, you know, brilliant players. But you know, Harry always had an eye for a player. There's no doubt about it. Apart from when he signed Ian Dowie for West Ham.
No, they don't want to come out. Here come the Sunderland players hiding in the tunnel. They should be tough enough there. They know the weather in the northeast. Just a quick scan there. I do think it's Haji Elise.
It is, yeah.
Who's made way.
That's a bit of a blow. I mean, I think Dennis Serkin's excellent. I think a lot of people thought he might start, but I thought Ajibola Elise was excellent. And by the way, it brings you presence. And it's going to be interesting just to think about that. Who's going to mark Kobe Bishop at corners now? All the little things that go with it. Just, you know, a lack of... Dennis Serkin is nowhere near the physical unit that... But maybe a little bit better on the attack. So let's see.
So 45 minutes for Portsmouth to try and salvage something from this game and add to their points tally away from Fratton Park. But this is Serkin. He's gone down. Referee has to make a decision.
Well, I'd like to see that again. I've got to say, he just gets it stuck under his feet, and Marlon Pack makes a recovery, I think. It's a really good run. I mean, again, he just wandered in behind the defence, and it's too easy. You know, you've got to track runners. A little 1-2 here, he's been in Swanson, he gets the wrong side of him. I think he's very lucky to get away with it. I think it's because it gets trapped under his feet. Just have a little look again from this angle. Oh, yeah, I think he's a bit lucky to get away with that. Maybe just because he doesn't get the ball gets trapped under him, but I don't think Swanson plays any of the ball.
Good first minute for Sunderland. Good start to the second half. Want to get on the front foot. Portsmouth, they know they're fragile on the road. Only 7 points picked up from a possible 36. So Serkin straight into the action, replacing Elise at half-time.
Yeah, and you'd also think if you're John Messina, they've just come off the back of a 4-0 win, and you know, and as a result of that, you know, you've got to show some faith in the side. So to come about high changes this quickly at half-time, probably not the right thing to do. But as it goes on, you know, what my view is this, you know, hopefully for John Messina, 1 doesn't become 2. But I just think that.
That will be a real struggle if that does happen.
I think that would be really because 1, they'll have to go for it, and that means they'll open up again, and they don't. That's something they don't really want to do, given how many goals they've conceded away from home.
They've conceded 29 and now make it 30 on their travels. Only Plymouth have conceded more away from home in the Championship.
I mean, it's 2.7. I mean, you know, it's ridiculous figures. He's got to score 3 goals every away game to even get a point, virtually. So my view is, it's amazing, home and away, how that affects teams. Now, I think this has been a decent performance thus far. There's not been that many chances for Sunderland. You wouldn't think there was as much of a gulf, you know, from Pompey's away form to Sunderland's home form. That doesn't look to be the same sort of gulf. They've coped with Sunderland for the most part very well. So they're in this game, and they've certainly not been too open. Just think they need a little bit more from their better players, Murphy, Callum Lang, when they're in possession.
Thoughtful John Massinio. This time Patterson gives it away. It's Bishop just dallied ever so slightly. Bishop with a header. Didn't get the direction.
I mean, I think
he was rather surprised, Ian. He just took a second or two longer.
I was just wondering about his first touch here. I mean, just get blasted out, so he can't do much. And to be fair, the defender O'Neill gets in the way. This ball's a little bit behind him, but I really think he should do better. He might even be able to take it on his chest and volley it. But anyway, that's easy to say. Tried the header, not the easiest. He thinks just got it all wrong. He knows that. What an opportunity. I mean, for the keeper there, he's looked so comfortable with his feet. That was a real wake-up call. Got to cut that right out of his game.
Yeah, Patterson don't usually offer gifts like that. I think that's why Bishop was rather caught out, slightly surprised. This is Hugh.
And an awkward height, wasn't it? Sort of mid-drift height. It's not easy to control. Wasn't the first time, it sort of hit him, didn't it? There you go.
Yeah, it's Lang, and now on to Lane. Everything to his left. As he's got two Sunderland players around him. Sirkin's one. Al-Shish is there as well. Sirkin defends that really well. Comes out with the ball. Lane keeps it in play. Swanson. Fiery challenge from Bellingham.
Yeah. A little bit. Doesn't really want to go down the outside on his right foot. So he digs in well. Ends up getting the ball back. Here from Sirkin. And then again, very, very fortunate to get away with that. But springs him on the counter-attack here. Noish in the book. Noish.
Yeah, into Mayenda. And a good touch from Towler, well defended. As Al-Shish firing it into Mayenda. And well defended by Riley Towler.
Yep, it's that area. He's a long way away. Swanson for him. It's a good ball in, puts it in an error. It's a really good clearance by Towler, got to say, under real pressure.
On this slippery surface, skiddy surface, it could have ricocheted almost anywhere. So Al-Shish with the corner. It was left at the near post by two Portsmouth players. And O'Nien came in. He sliced his effort wide.
O'Sheash tries to sort of just curl it to the near post area, I think, but he gets it all wrong. But he sort of drives it like a drilled little front post. It goes. What? I think that's Callum Lang. Callum Lang left that. Can't believe for 1 minute he knew what's behind him. Bit fortunate, I've got to say.
Regis Lebris getting accustomed to the weather in the northeast. Coming from sunnier climes in France in the summer. Well kept in by Neil. This is Hume. And now Roberts. Mayenda's onside. Isidore and Al-Shish were the targets, and once again Towler gets there and cleans up for Portsmouth.
Well, you definitely don't get this weather in Pont-l'Abbé where regular breeze is from, for sure.
Patterson inviting Portsmouth to press. They're just holding the shape at the moment. Now they do come and press. Isidore comes deep. Bellingham. Got a good stature as well, hasn't he, Wilson Isidore?
Real good stature. As has Joby Bellingham, by the same, a 19-year-old man. So, but yeah, I think Isidore's been very good. It's sloppy there.
Yeah, by Mepham.
Chance.
Inviting Murphy, but he overran that, and then he was looking for the contact from Mepham.
By the way, I've got to say, there's a 3-on-2 here. They should really get. He knows. He threw himself to the floor. That's what he did. It's that bad a touch. Referee having none of it. You watch it here. Sloppy giveaway from Mepham. Does really well, Murphy. And then what? This touch is just ridiculous.
Oh yeah, and he dangles. You can see he's dangled his leg.
It should have been
well.
a yellow card.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's something we have to cut out of the game. Can't stand simulation. Just throws himself to the floor. He's been good this afternoon, but that's really, really poor.
Yeah, he was actually upset with himself with that touch, the way it ran away from him, and he thought, okay, I'll pull my leg out and get the contact with Mepham.
Indeed, but what he didn't see, because he didn't get his head up a couple of times today, he hasn't done that, is that it was a 2v1 in the middle of the box, and if you're not going to play, you know, it's going to be Callum Lang and I think Kobe Bishop bombing forward. Chances though.
Sunderland have given the ball away twice already from the back in this opening 9 minutes of the second period. Once by their goalkeeper Anthony Patterson, and then once just there by Chris Mepham. Bellingham emerges with the ball. Portsmouth just growing into this second half. Neil checks his shoulders. Bishop is there, wins it back. Bellingham tries to help his captain out. It's better from Portsmouth.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy from Sunderland. Not. I think Isidore asking for the ball to come forward a little bit quicker. I think if you get the ball into Maenda and Isidore, that's a recipe for some action to happen, I would suggest.
And Iron wanted the ball to trickle out of play.
Done well, very well. I mean, I quite like that if you're under any type of pressure.
This is Murphy. O'Nien underneath the cross. Now Hume doesn't get it away. Murphy wins a corner. Peter Reid there.
Yep, played with Peter at Southampton. Now he's rocking the Truby hat, looking very almost like a detective there. He's a good man, Peter. He's a good man. Yeah. Good player as well. Yep, there he is in the fedora. Probably gets it sponsored. You know what Peter's like.
I always remember when I think of Peter Reid, I think of Paul Bracewell.
Yeah, well, I agree. Yeah. And a brilliant Everton side as it was then.
Yeah, it was Kevin Sheedy to their left, and
Graham Sharp,
Trevor Stephen to their right.
What a player!
Yeah,
what a player.
Here we go then. It's a chance for Portsmouth to pull level. Freddie Potts over this free kick. And Patterson commanding in his 6-yard area.
Bro, I don't think it's a foul. I don't think that's a foul. What's he done wrong here? I'd love to know what he's done wrong here.
It's the ball and left.
Yeah, he's
Anthony
out.
Patterson's
hand.
hand.
All he does is take the ball. So he catches the ball. There's Towler. Oh, he throws the ball to the side. I'm not sure. Well, he doesn't even brush into the keeper.
No, he doesn't. So Riley Towler has actually picked up a yellow card after that incident. First of the game.
It's like pass interference, that, wasn't it, in American football?
Yeah,
so, anyway.
Yeah, the NFL playoffs.
He's, there's a furrowed brow there on Riley Towler, and I'm with him.
First booking of the afternoon. Talking about pass interferences, playoff time coming up.
It is.
In the NFL.
I've got to say, he was very steady first time. He's just sloppy with his feet, Patterson.
Yeah, this is Al-Shish, now Sirkin. And Isidore this time drills his effort into the ground, and it loops way over the top.
I just wonder if he gets his chest on that, you know what I mean? Control it on his chest and then hit it, because he's got a lot of time. It's a nice little weighted pass. It's a nice dink from Sirkin, really is. Should he chest it? I think he maybe should. Because it's an awfully difficult ball to volley. Look at the height of it. Difficult.
He had more time than he actually thought.
Yeah, I think so, but I also think the confidence he's in. He thinks if he catches it flush, he's going to knock it into the top corner. So I suppose why not? But I think he had enough time to take the touch.
Bellingham. Roberts. And still Roberts. This looks interesting, takes a deflection.
Yeah.
And Schmitz does well to get down, using all of his 6'5" frame.
I think one of the midfield runners, or it may have even trained, who runs in, actually here, watching, he grabs the man there. Trey Hume just grabs Ogle, extra little bit of space. I'd like to have seen where that shot gone. I think he was trying to curl it. Yeah, he was in this far corner. Just gets a decent block in the end.
Roberts, when he has some open space, he really does look dangerous. Picks up a head of steam.
Yeah, and I think something we talked about before the game, isn't it? Is that he just needs to. He's a very creative player. He needs to improve his goal return. Got to be getting better than 1 in 10. Well, 8 goals in 111 appearances for his talent. That's my view.
Only got 2 this season. This is Al-Shish. Created some space for himself. Just the Portsmouth defence were backing off. Now Lang stopped by Neil.
Yeah, it's a bit too easy. All right, he runs Lang, but he's got to hold on to the ball better than that. Or get a free kick, or get a throw in, whatever it happens to be. All of a sudden, a few players getting up the field, and now they're exposed.
Mayenda taking on Dizelle and Roberts. First effort, first cross was blocked by Dizelle, and Roberts again. And this time Ogilvie gets in the way.
Yeah, hard and low the shot, but a bit too easy there for me against Dizelle. He's got to be a bit more aggressive in his. They can't just let Roberts run at you. You've got to get in his face.
Sunderland building up ahead of steam. Can feel the second goal coming. Al-Shish. And now O'Nien. Sirkin.
Brilliant from Sirkin.
That was smartly done. And that was Dizelle defending. It's a corner for Sunderland.
Yeah, Sirkin certainly added a little bit down this left-hand side as well. They've lost Elise, but he's added a little bit. It's a lovely little fake here, look. Takes it too easy, Swanson. He goes to the near post, but Dizelle, right place, right time. Bit too easy that. Needs to defend better than that.
Smaller in stature than Elise. He offers a bit more going forward, Sirkin.
Just don't get them set pieces like that.
Forward come Portsmouth on the counter-attack. Now she's trying to make up for it. Helped out by Hume. Pack comes through the back. Referee allows play to continue. Good advantage. Can Sunderland make it count? It's Al-Shish. Oh, telegraphed. How frustrating is that?
Yeah, it is very frustrating. Good feet, though.
By Roberts. Surges forward. Isidore offers him the forward ball, and Pack gets there first. Schmidt doesn't wait around.
You just sense at times that there's a little bit when they're being attacked, that there's a nervousness, a bit of chaos ensues in the defensive ranks of Portsmouth, as it would, given their away record. But they're hanging in there, but just need to pose a threat. Silly foul.
And that's surely a booking for Zach Swanson, the second Portsmouth player to go into the referee's yellow card list.
He's had a difficult afternoon, Swanson. Ashish has got at him a little bit, hasn't he? 1-2. He's in behind him actually with the 1-2 with Trey Hume, but in the end he has to foul him.
Third of the season. So Mepham, Bellingham, Isidore all there. Bellingham. falls out to O'Neill, and he wasn't going to trouble anyone. If he was going to trouble anyone, it was the Portsmouth supporters in the upper tier.
Yeah, but the ball gets whipped a bit too far to the far post, but it's a comfortable header back in, cushion back in rather, by volley, and it comes to Bellingham, just can't get enough space, and then a real lash at it by O'Neill. Who's passed to a goal, I guess. Generally, one in 10 games, odds every 10 games. Not bad for Luke O'Neill.
Yeah, he got their first goal of this campaign away against Cardiff from a set piece.
He's trying again. 243 appearances. He's going to get another one, is he? Brilliant ball.
Full back. It's Roberts, and now Isidore. Wasn't far away, and he knows it.
It's absolutely brilliant play from O'Neill. He busts forward and then cuts it ground. It ends up falling in a really decent position. Really is brilliant. He cuts it back fantastically well, and then lovely little setup from, and oh my word, just a foot wide. Bit unlucky. He's looked very sharp today, Isidore, and it's a lovely setup from Roberts. Very clever.
Just scraped the white paint of the post.
Yeah. And what, we're 20 minutes into the second half now, and haven't really seen Pompey offer anything as an attacking threat, and it's looking more likely it's going to come at the other end.
It's a very comfortable 1-0 lead, as comfortable as you can say. As we know, anything can change in a game of football in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, and he's got some options, hasn't he, on the bench. Messino, you think could be Saidi, or maybe a Matt Ritchie chance.
He's given away. Isidore's been pulled back by the shirt by Pack. This has to be a red card, and Marlon Pack, the captain, is heading off the pitch, and Portsmouth will have to play the remaining 24 minutes of this game, a goal behind and with 10 men. And
when you sloppily give the ball away, and then all of a sudden there's not much he can do. He's not going to catch Isidore. It's now rejigged for Messino. Not the last thing he needed with 30 minutes to go. No, it really is, and to be fair, it's his own fault. He's got to deal with it better than that. Shouldn't let it come across his body. Not there. In midfield, that'd be fine, not as a centre-back. I think it's soft, but he goes down quickly, but he does reach for his shirt, no doubt. He knows it. And he's not had the best of afternoons, and my view is, obviously, we'll maybe see the boy Atkinson.
Changes being ready on the Portsmouth bench. It looked like that was Rob Atkinson,
it was.
Ian. And to point just before this free kick's being taken, the point you made there was spot on. He allowed the ball to run across his body, and Isidore is being so sharp, he latched onto that.
Yeah, and in midfield you get away with that because you've got another back line, but in the back line, and by the way, Marlon Pack is blessed with many things that he does brilliantly well. One of them is not blistering pace, so he's not going to catch Isidore. And Isidore doesn't need much contact to go to ground, because that's what he feels, and that's what's happened. This looks like it's Paddy Lane.
And it is. It's about to be 2 changes made by John Messino. Portsmouth. Paddy Lane has taken his time. So here we go. Zach Swanson is the first one being replaced by Terry Devlin.
Yeah. Well, an Irishman for an Irishman, Northern Irishman for Northern Irishman, is good.
And Rob Atkinson coming on, and didn't quite catch who he's replaced, but it's Paddy Lane who's he come on to replace. But there'll be a formation change, because Paddy Lane's a forward attacking midfielder, and Rob Atkinson as we know, is a centre-half on loan from Bristol City. So Oshish with the effort, and it was comfortable for Nicholas Schmidt.
Yeah.
So they're the changes, Ian.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Atkinson does. You were telling me about he's had a ACL and at Bristol City and just hasn't played many minutes this year. So it's interesting. He may come under the test here, but it's the right change to make.
Yeah, these are his first minutes of this campaign. He's fit again. Bristol City wanted him to play some minutes for the remainder of this campaign, so they sent him to Portsmouth on loan. Played with John Massinio at Oxford. Knows the manager well.
Yeah, so it's Swanson and the other one off, and I think put Terry Devlin in there. He's got physicality about him. It makes him set piece wise. They'd still have probably a threat if they can get any of the ball. It's going to be a long 20, 25. I don't know how many minutes, maybe 30 minutes. So they should be very much under the gun.
That was a clearance, first touch from Devlin. It looks to be a long 20 minutes of normal time, plus, of course, a few of stoppage time. 10-man Portsmouth.
4-4-1, so just try and sit there in that block and stop them penetrating you. It's the last thing you need when you have this record away. But there's Oshish. Devlin is much more physically aggressive than Swanson will be. I've seen Terry Devlin play many a time, and he's a naturally aggressive player, as you can see. I don't think he'll be worried about being pointed out by him. Big Terry is a handful. Unconventional position for him. He's generally a midfield player, but he certainly could play there. That's not a problem for him.
O'Nien. And now it's Lang. It's broken for him. Portsmouth need to make these moments count when they get up the pitch. It's Murphy. Takes a deflection.
It was a really good header initially from Atkinson, actually. He powered it up there, and it sort of, it sprung them into the attack. I certainly think that, if they can get some set pieces, they've got a bit of power in there, and all right, it's looking sort of bleak as we speak, but there's a real threat. You think Bishop, Atkinson, Devlin, it's a powerful fellas as well as Towler.
In this situation, Ian, you're a goal behind. You've got a man less. You've just got to go for it, haven't you, in this final 18 minutes?
Yeah, I think when you're in a situation when you're losing the game anyway. I mean, don't forget it's only Plymouth that's conceded more goals than they're away from home.
And it's Sirkin onto Oshish. Back to Sirkin. Oshish wants the ball to run out of play. It's a corner. The flag's gone up. He's offside.
Offside, yeah, well. Certainly, whatever happens, if Oshish gets enough of the ball, I'm sure they'll call Terry Devlin a few problems at right back. But what Terry will want to do is he'll want to make it not easy for him to get in his face and make sure he's not comfortable. He's done very well there. Yes, a little touch from the player, and he's definitely offside. Good spot from the linesman. I certainly think little 5 or 6 minutes of a bit of stability, and then do what you're saying. Yeah, there's no point in coming here and just being passive and not trying to get the ball. And that maybe means, going a bit long into Bishop and have bodies join him, because in the end he's caused a lot of problems all day, Bishop. And if you can get that long ball up to him and get people joining him, which you can with the pace of Murphy and the likes, then you get an opportunity. Otherwise, if you sit too deep, I think Sunderland will cut you apart.
Bellingham gets it back. Bellingham wants to shoot. It was Atkinson, got his frame in the way.
Just on his wrong side there, Bellingham a little bit.
Finding the extra man on the pitch now, Sunderland. This is Roberts.
Brilliant.
And now Hume into Maenda. That was a good block.
What
Atkinson
a block from
again.
Atkinson. I've got to say, he's done fantastically well since he come on. That's a goal-saving challenge. It's brilliant football. What a cutback. It's actually decent contact from Maenda. He should score, but nonetheless, it's a brilliant block by Atkinson. What a start for him.
Shows what he can bring straight away. You could see him there as well. He was marshalling the defence. He definitely made the block. Got there before Schmidt. But this was good play from Sunderland. Brilliant. And good defensive work from Rob Atkinson.
Yeah. Trey Hume in forward areas is really good. You know, and he's got there, and lovely cutback. Maenda should score, but if he lifts it, he scores. In the end, Atkinson defends heroically. What I think for the positive is that if the ball goes forward, you know, in general, it sticks with Bishop. It doesn't bounce off, or you know, or he lays someone off. It's just getting enough challenges, or you know, enough balls in the forward area. He's certainly winning the most of the challenges involved with, even with 10 men.
Sunderland have made hard work of this. They're leading. They are comfortable. Should be further ahead. It's Roberts. Takes a deflection. The goalkeeper would have been wrong-footed.
It is Murphy, and he's having to do that defensive work because Trey Hume's flying down the outside. What that allows is that trademark. He lets him cut in on his left side, Roberts, and he's dangerous, really dangerous. Now he ends up smashing into Dazelle, but if you let him in on that left side, he's going to hurt you.
The rain and the sleet keeps pouring down from the skies. Bracing afternoon on Wearside, and it's Roberts who delivers. Potts partially clears, falls to Al-Shish, and it's another corner.
What a great block from Kobe Bishop. Gets his body in the way. Looks like Al-Shish hits this quite well. I'd be interested to see on the replay, but he does really well. Look how quick Kobe Bishop gets out here to block this. It's very good. I'd like to see it from behind the goal. We will. Well, yeah, I think that's definitely on target.
Roberts whips it in. And Schmidt had to get a hand to it. He had to travel to get a hand to it. And it's a corner on the opposite side.
It's a brilliant ball, I've got to say. Real pace. I think the wind's whipping in there. He sets it miles out. It bends. It actually does really well to keeper. He's a big man. But that, for one part, he's going to catch it on the 6-yard line, then it's all of a sudden nearly under the bar.
And now Sheesh from the opposite side. Schmidt goes down.
I mean, I think it's a foul. Isidore just runs into him. Not done. He's giving it, just giving the goal kick, I think. But this time he tried to come for it. I think the pace would have beaten him. Have a look at it here. He whips it in as he comes for it. He gets blocked by, but he's getting nowhere near it because he ends up at the far post. So probably got away with one there.
Clock ticking down on Portsmouth. 10-man Portsmouth.
Brilliant head. You have to be onto them. I mean, all right, maybe that skips off the turf, but you got to try it now you're getting, as we said, near that 80-minute mark. You know, he's won an awful lot of flick-ons, just haven't had enough support for him.
He wants people like Murphy and Dazelle to gamble.
Yeah, I agree, particularly.
Portsmouth get back in their shape. Circuit.
You know, and in some ways, the way games played out, this is not going to change the whole picture of the relegation battle, because they come away and lose 1-0 at Sunderland. That maybe is, in the general scheme of things, a very decent return for their goal difference. What I am saying is, just got to find a way to stop giving away cheap goals. And you know, my view is the first one is a very, very cheap goal giveaway. Just is.
Neil with time. Alshish. They're lining up to receive the ball. It's Bellingham. All of the Portsmouth players behind the ball. This is when can they spring into a counter-attack?
Yeah. Back flick from Joby Bellingham, not quite worked.
So Milan Alexic is coming on, second replacement of the afternoon. And it's Adel Alshish who makes way.
He's done well this afternoon. Himself, good ball, brilliant ball in for Patrick Roberts' chance.
Good effort himself as well, denied by Schmidt.
Yeah, very, very good effort. That curling one in the first half that we've seen a couple of times. Such a big keeper though, Schmidt covers that comfortably, and another keeper a couple of inches smaller would have struggled. I'd always like to see that one that curls outside and ends up nesting in the bottom corner. You know, these balls these days, they curl so much, so difficult. Great ball from O'Neill.
On to Alexic, making his third appearance for Sunderland. Debut was against Millwall as a sub. Started against Stoke. He's back on the pitch at home to Portsmouth with 10 minutes to play.
Understand what the situation that Portsmouth are in, but you know, my view is that they've got to try and get in a situation where they can get some opportunities. Brilliant little flick from Alexis.
Bellingham into Roberts. Spreads the play. Hume falls to O'Neill. He'll get one right eventually.
Not the worst hit, got to say. He's actually done very well, you know, being a midfield player particularly. He comes out for him very nicely. Not the best ball in, but he hits it well, just a little bit. Just gets his standing foot, hits it really well. Just 5 yards wide, unfortunately.
Attendance has just been announced. 39,846.
In this weather? Me and you wouldn't go out with our bald heads, would we?
We'll get one of those.
We need it. I'm going to buy us a pair of them hats, yeah. I've got to say, it's a fantastic crowd in this weather. I mean, the weather's brutally cold and lashing down with rain. You know, these are two really big clubs. It doesn't surprise me that there's that sort of turnout. But any time you come to the stadium with light, generally chock-a-block. It's a fantastic atmosphere.
You can take that for granted, can't you, Ian?
Yep.
In the second tier of English football, you've got approaching 40,000 at a game on a Sunday afternoon.
And just for the
when you've got the two biggest clubs in the land on the country as well.
I agree.
On the TV, sorry.
But nowhere else in the world does this happen. That level. It's really
And I'm with you on that. And amongst the crowd is the travelling Portsmouth supporters. And going back to your point you made there, Ian, I totally agree. Nowhere else in the world will you get that attendance.
Never.
In the second tier.
And by the way, even in the third tier, there'd be some massive crowds coming along. It really would. So this is a particularly big one because you're dealing with a huge football club, as we've seen. Well, you know, don't forget Peter Reid sitting in the crowd there, managed them at at the elite level. It is incredible, and people forget at times the standard and also the support that the English Football League has from certainly all through all four divisions.
Yeah, the passion, it's burning ever so bright right across the four tiers of the game. And we've got 7 minutes plus stoppage time to play.
Yeah,
it's 10-man Portsmouth.
And I quite like this Sunderland in a way that there's no rush to their game, and they know they're winning the game. So it's, do they want the second one? Yes, if it comes along, but if not, lovely football.
Yeah, by Roberts, and then Hume with the effort
Yeah, they've got a good understanding.
Schmidt got his body behind the ball.
Good understanding, though. You know, Robertson and Trey Hume, lovely back heel, and then lovely feet. He gets good feet. Trey Hume always has had lovely little quick feet, but nice. Actually, almost overseen it, but comfortable collection. This is what we could try and get support about. He does well, Kobe Bishop.
Struck that well, Hume. Here comes Mayenda, breaking away. Ogilvie tracking him back. Mayenda. He had support.
Yeah, it's something he has to do better, and that will come with experience. But he needs to understand. Good play again for Bishop.
Into Lang, and now Murphy. Is this the moment Portsmouth are going to level things up? But well defended by Hume. Showed his strength and also read Murphy's intentions really well.
Yeah, he certainly played in much better second half, and he's really, we haven't seen him, but for the most part he's dominated Murphy in the second half.
Portsmouth about to make another change, and it's Christian Sadie and Owen Moxon as well, who are about to come on. Sadie and Moxon.
Brilliant ball.
Both forward-looking players. This is Cirkin. Is this to be the second and the decisive goal of the game? It's not. It's a corner instead.
It's a wonderful through ball. It really is. The weight of pass is fantastic. Inch perfect. And, you know, he should do better for me.
Well, the flag's gone up, and it's gone up. Cirkin.
I don't know what that's offside for. He's not offside from the initial ball. Maybe earlier on, but the initial ball's not offside.
So here comes the change. Two changes. It's Andre Dazelle is making way for Christian Sadie. And Owen Moxon, it's a midfielder, and he's replacing Freddie Potts. So fresh legs in the midfield for the final few minutes for the Portsmouth supporters to get behind. They've got to throw everything at these final few minutes now, Portsmouth, if they're to get anything from this game. Or is it another away day blues for the Portsmouth travelling support? And you can hear them there singing. They won't be stopped, these Portsmouth supporters. And the Pompey chime as well. This is Lang.
Could keep him in there. It's all right though, if it's a giveaway ball, which it is. They'll get it back.
Schmidt just almost like offering a sweet to a child there.
Yep.
Nearly gave the ball away once again to Mayenda. That would have been fatal.
He's done well. Atkinson's come on, good on the ball. He's a couple of nice passes. Opportunity, great ball.
By Lang, Bishop forced nearly to Sadie. Hume gets there first.
I've got a funny feeling he heads it into the back of Mepham here, Kobe Bishop. It is a... See, that is Callum Lang. We haven't seen nothing of Callum Lang. He comes up with an absolute peach of a cross. Watch this. I'm sure he heads it onto the back of Mepham. He does.
He does.
I tell you, that's going in, that is. He does brilliantly well. Is it his arm?
Looking back,
I think it may hit his arm.
Mepham's left arm was in the air. Hume did really well to tidy up as well.
He did. But it's actually a good header from Kobe Bishop. I thought he got the header wrong. He did really well. What a ball from Callum Lang.
And now it's Murphy.
And you know, these ones that they just quickly pass by. I mean, if that's... I think that hits him on the arm. Flush on the arm.
John Mousinho might agree.
Now, I'm not saying they probably deserve that. No chances.
This is a chance. Oh, wasn't far away. Decent enough strike from Moxon. He had the space in front of him. Tested the goalkeeper, hit the target. Too much time allowed by the Sunderland defence.
Oh, it is. Unlucky, hands go up. Good opportunity though, 2 in a row. There's a nervousness around the stadium alight. Got to get hold of the ball and keep it.
30 seconds remaining, plus Eddie time to be added on. It was given away by Moxham. Mayenda straight offside. Portsmouth have possession and they have the momentum. Can they salvage something from this game? 10-man Portsmouth, don't forget their captain shown a straight red after 67 minutes. Towler with the ball forward. O'Nien gets there, Sadie wins it back.
There's a nervousness about them. There's a couple of ball, one from Trey Hume and then another one for Luke O'Nien. Have hardly put from all day. Only 4 minutes. Chances.
A minimum of 4 minutes added time.
Lovely to see that, you know, the Kobe Bishop in real close detail again, wouldn't it? I think you can't quite see what part of the body it hits, but I had a feeling as it comes over him, he's sort of, he's going to head it into the net, it hits him flush on the arm. And if it, I mean, as I say, I'm not sure they've deserved to be, but you know, that's football, isn't it? But it was a wonderful cross and a really good attack from Kobe Bishop, getting on the back of Mepham. Mepham done his job in the end, I suppose, given that it's hit him.
Sadie to Devlin, onto Ogilvie. This is promising from Portsmouth. Moxon tries to get there before Isidore. Nice feet from Isidore. Alexic. Youthful exuberance. Great ball to Mayenda. Can he seal it? It's blocked.
He has been outstanding.
By Atkinson.
He's been outstanding since he came on, Atkinson. Brilliant. Sure, the Pompey
top class defending.
I'm sure the Pompey fans will be looking forward to seeing him defend. He's played brilliant in this game when he's come on.
Mayenda's had his moments. This is a free kick and a booking for Chris Mepham. Last chance here, Ian.
Yep, I would suggest so. Good little ball, lovely bit of quick feet.
Cynical from Mepham. So Moxham just measuring this up into the 93rd minute. Bishop wasn't far away. Patterson didn't move. I think he believed he had that covered.
I've got to say, I'm not sure he did. It's a brilliant ball from Moxon. I think Kobe Bishop gets a sight at it anyway.
And Mayenda, his eventful afternoon is up.
And coming on, number 15, Nazari.
And Nazari Rusin is coming on to replace him for the final 60 seconds. It's got a lot of promise, Ian Mayenda. It's that finishing touch that's lacking.
Yeah, and there's a ball in. It's a brilliant ball. Look at this. It's just, it's 6 inches away. He does really well. Colby Bishop just gets on a stretch and, oh my word, it's showing the fine margin of this game. 6 inches, he taps, he gets a foot on that, goes in the net. Got to say, I wasn't sure about the keeper there. He was a bit I think he should have maybe come and dominated that and come and collected it. Maybe it's that good a ball he couldn't. Found himself stuck on his line.
Clock's ticking down. Portsmouth still with some hope. But it's Sunderland who emerge with the ball. And it's Alexic. Wins it back, and fairly so. They need to get the ball forward. This will be the final chance for Portsmouth. Mepham back to Hume. Slams it forward. Whistles around the Stadium of Light. They want the full-time whistle to be blown. Will they start the new year with back-to-back home wins?
I think they will now after that clearance. Edgy finish to the game for Reggie Lebris, but overall they've deserved to win the game, no doubt.
Still we play on. And the ball runs out of play. It's a deflection of the Sunderland player. Referee wants Portsmouth player to take the throw from the correct position. We've played a minute more. And there goes the full-time whistle. And Sunderland have started the new year with back-to-back home wins. And they close the gap on the clubs above them in the Championship. Wilson Isidore with the goal after 7 minutes. That separates the sides, and Portsmouth hung in there even when they went down to 10 men with 23 minutes remaining.